Today I'm going to do a kind of pink toned bridal look that I'm doing for a client in May. I was thinking about what my March favourites were, and one of them is this Maybelline's 24-hour colour tattoo, which I'd never used before, but she was being quite specific about what colours she wanted, and I didn't really have a cream base to match it, which is what I like to use on brides. And I found this beautiful pink. So it's not really a kind of look that I normally wear myself, and I thought I would give it a go today. I'm not going to do exactly the same, but I'm going to do pretty similar. So firstly, I'm going to moisturise with Embryolisse Lait Cream Concentrate, which is what I have in my kit. So I'm going to use MAC Face and Body in N2, which is what I usually use on most brides, because it photographs really well. And you can kind of blend it to the coverage that you want it to be on. And I find that most brides I work with want a light coverage. Also for bridal I use a primer. One of my favourites is this, which is the Cover FX Skin Prep. So this bride that I'm working on wanted a really full coverage, not actually using face and body on her, because she hates her freckles, and I was trying to explain to her how I don't really like my freckles, and I always long for kind of the beautiful clear skin that you see in magazines, and I have friends who don't have freckles who spend a lot of time drawing them on. The grass is always greener. Okay, so then I'm going to, on the eyelid, I'm going to use this Maybelline Colour Tattoo 24-hour, and the colour is Pink Gold. Over the top of that, I'm going to use this, which is L'Oreal Colour Appeal. I can't see the colour anymore. It might be possibly 204, but it's a sort of similar pink. Pink is really nice if you have green eyes. The bride I'm doing the makeup for has this sort of amazing, you originally think they're kind of a light brown, but they're green as well. So I was really pleased that she wanted a pink. I'm just going to blend out the edges. For the liner I'm using my favourite Inglot black number 77 black gel liner. It's a lovely matte, and she wanted a slight flake. I tend to always run a bit of black shadow just over the top of it. Now, because I'm doing this on me and not on the bride, I've done a bit more liner than I did for her, and I'm just blending the edges using the same brush that I used for my colour, but without adding any actual extra colour. And I've got my Sleek Makeup contour in light, and I'm just using the dark colour really lightly through the socket line for a bit of definition. Using Max Factor Masterpiece Mascara. I'm going to do my brows with an Anastasia Brow Wiz pencil. If it were me getting married, I'd have waxed my eyebrows. But I haven't. This is a Brow Wiz brow pencil and it is in medium ash. I find that medium ash often can just give a bit of definition without being really over the top. Well, I'll do the concealing first. For most brides, most work that I do, I tend to use the Bobbi Brown for concealer. And so I'm going to use it on myself today, which is really naughty. It feels naughty to be using my Pro kit. I've had another reaction to something. I haven't been having a very good run of it. It was the the Zellen's exfoliator, and I had massive red marks here and here. It looked like my husband had been beating me, and I kept forgetting that I had it. So I would just be kind of walking around and eventually would notice that people had been looking at me anxiously. So it was either they thought he'd been beating me or they thought I was contagious. For my contour, I'm going to use, because I can't resist it, Slow Tan de Chanel, which is one of my favourite things in the whole world. I tend to use this on a lot of brides because it wears really well. So one big thing about bridal makeup is don't use anything with an SPF, and don't use anything that is like illuminating. I tend to avoid things like illuminating primers and anything that is basically going to make you look really shiny in a photograph is what you want to avoid. But that doesn't mean you don't want to put highlight where you want to highlight. I'm going to stick some individual lashes on. I wore full strip lashes when I got married, but I don't think I've done full strip lashes on a bride since. I'm using Duo Glue. The bride that I'm doing this look on in May is allergic to latex. If you're allergic to latex, do a latex-free version. If you're scared of false lashes, then I find that individuals often really work for people who are a little bit also don't faff around. Once they're on, leave it. If you go back to tweak it and faff about. I'm using Amazing Shine Flare Short Black, which are my fave individual lashes. They're kind of hard to get hold of. I'm then going to use my lovely Ben Nye blusher palette. I think I'm going to use this pretty pink here. I don't really wear blusher at the moment, so I'm going to use the Sleek Makeup highlighter And as I was saying with Bridal, you can put a highlighter where you want to have it. Just because I say don't use highlighting products doesn't mean you can't have a highlight where you want it. So I often just put it on the brow bone. On the cupid's bow. Now that my eyelashes have set, I'm going to just put a bit of mascara on so that they look like part of my lashes. And then the only powder I now ever use for weddings is the Daniel Sana Invisible Blotting Powder, because it is invisible and it stops shine and it lasts really ages and ages and ages. Now on the lips, one of the top bridal lip liners that I use is Boldly Bare by MAC. Okay, so just to finish off under the eye, I'm going to run a little bit of the pink shadow that I used on the top. Again, with most brides, I tend to not put anything underneath. And I'm going to just put a bit of mascara on the lower lash. So there it is. This is slightly more vampy than most brides would probably want, but the colours are really good. If you want pink tones, I really recommend this Maybelline 24-hour tattoo eye cream. It's also a really pretty colour. It looks quite pink here, but it's not. It's really buildable. And it does last for a long time, and I would say that you can tone the liner down, or if you don't want black liner, you can use Teddy by MAC, which is a really beautiful kind of brown with gold flecks in it, which would go really well with the pink. Also, if you do want to wear black liner, you just keep blending it, adding a little bit and blending it and smudging it, and for that a pencil brush is great, something like this, which is the Laura Mercier Smoky Liner Brush. Or if you're into Real Techniques brushes, I find that the Pixel Point eyeliner brush is really lovely for sort of smudging and blending black liner too, so that it defines but you don't feel like it's really full on. For those of you who want more full on but feel like it's not kind of bridal, then teaming it with a kind of pinky lid is really nice. And yeah, give the individual lashes a go if you've had trouble with strip lashes in the past, and like this video if you like it, and subscribe to the channel and let me know what you would like to see. Thank you very much for watching. Got a little friend today. Assistant mouse. You hear that really loud bird? It's very spring-like. It's not that helpful for shooting video. BBU, I don't even know what that means. BBU palette. Blemish, blah. I have a friend coming for tea later who's going to think I've made a real effort to see him.